Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Marvelous Monday. We thank God for the powerful weekend He's given to us all. I hope you enjoyed celebrating and worshiping God with us here at the Fountain in person as well as virtually. Today, I want to take a moment of personal privilege to say happy birthday to young Miss Essence. Essence is the great-granddaughter of the Welches, Deacon Robert and Archie. Essence, happy birthday to you. May the Lord richly bless you, and may you have many, many more. Our text on today, out of Genesis 37, verses 29 through 36, begins to share us a story. It shares with us a story about a young man by the name of Joseph. Joseph begins to share his dreams with his brothers, and guess what his brothers do? His brothers felt antagonized by what he has. So what they do is they began to say, we're going to get rid of this dreamer. We want him gone. So what they do is they sell him to some passersby. And these passersby are Midianite traders. They sell him, they get money, they take Joseph's coat, they sprinkle it with blood, and they come together and think of a story that they will tell their father. So the day comes that they are made their way back home. And now, since they're home, they tell their father, your son Joseph, we don't know what happened to him. We found his robe. His robe has been dipped in blood by them to make it appear as though some wild animal has attacked him and shredded him. And they bring the robe to the father and say, we have nothing but this torn robe. Then their father Jacob tore his clothes. He dressed himself in burlap, and he mourned deeply for his son for a long period of time. Well, whenever I read this story, it begins to tell me something about this family that might be true with many of our families, that they had some rivalries going on. But not only does it tell us that, it tells us that Joseph, whom God had given a dream, God was going to reposition him. Because you know what? Whatever someone means for evil, God can turn it around for good. Jacob is mourning. The text lets us see something in here that his parents of Joseph, Jacob and Jacob's wife, mourned for their son. The text says they mourned for him a long time. You know, this begins to lift up to all of us the idea of grief and how we grieve. The text says he mourned for him a long time, and he mourned for him not only days, but for years. And for some reason, he couldn't get out of his mind that his son had now died. You know, some of us, we mourn for an extended period of time. Some of us, our mourning even continues to this day. But this text begins to share with us some vital components that we must remember, that God will wipe away all of our tears. God will help us in those deep moments. God will help us even when tragedy strikes. Here in the text, tragedy strikes, but God is working out something that they don't even see. And God is going to do something great. Well, Joseph is now sold to Potiphar. The Midianite traders trade him over, and now Potiphar makes him captain of the palace guards. Isn't that powerful? How Joseph had a dream that God was going to do something with him. It took the betrayal of his brothers to put him in position that Potiphar would hire him, that Potiphar would put him in a place of position and prominence, and that Potiphar will put him over all of the guards. What the devil meant for evil, God can turn it into good. Allow that to be true in your life. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. And always know that you are exceedingly and abundantly blessed.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.